Good evening. So today we are going to talk about what is the best 1 gram gold bar that you could buy. So really, before we go any further, let's just make something clear. Any gold that you buy that is going to be 24 karat, 999 purity is going to be good, all right? If you can get your hands on it and you're not getting completely shafted on the price, then you're doing just fine. And one of the reasons I'm making this video is because I've had quite a few people ask me, what bar should I buy? What brand should I buy? Should I even buy a 1 gram gold bar? Should I just buy a silver coin instead, because I could buy 2 or 3 for the same price? Blah, blah, blah. So I want to make a quick video on my thoughts on buying small gold bars, basically. I've got a few brands laid out here. Now, I'm going to touch on a number of things here. So start with some of the cons, okay, about buying 1 gram bars, okay. The bottom line is the biggest con that you've got to worry about is the premium on the price, okay. So smaller bars, 1 to 5 grams, carry a much higher premium. The manufacturing costs are higher proportionally to a 1 ounce. So, you're going to pay, let's just say, if it's $45 for a gram spot price, expect to pay $57, $58 to buy your 1 gram of gold, which could be 25 to 30% premium on this. It's pretty high, all right? But you have to remember that you shouldn't despair about that or not invest in gold because of that premium, because you've got premium in and premium out, okay? So when you come to sell your gold, your 1 gram gold bar, you're basically going to be getting that premium back, okay? Unless, of course, you are forced to liquidate it when the gold spot price is a lot lower than you purchased it for, to a gold bullion dealer who's probably not going to give you back your premium, okay? I'm going to come on to that in a minute. So I'm just showing you here, we have a selection of 1 gram gold bars, just random selection. There are other makes, I haven't got them all here. First thing you should have in mind is that, like I said, if you can afford to buy some gold, then you should buy it. I feel that money in the bank is worth nothing. There is no interest rates. It's negative or zero. You're going to get nothing. And what I like about 1 gram gold bars is that it's relatively low risk investment in something you may not know about. And therefore, if you go and spend, I'm just going to say an arbitrary figure around the current spot price in pounds, say £50 on a 1 gram of gold bar, it's not the end of the world if it's all a disaster and a mistake and you decide, hey, I don't like doing this, in 3 months' time, and you go and sell it. And hey, say you sell it for £45 or whatever and you lose a bit of money. It's not a big deal. It's not like you went out and spent £10,000 on bullion and then you suddenly had to fire sell it to pay a bill or something. It's a low risk venture buying 1 gram gold bars if you're not sure about doing this sort of thing. And I personally think you could do a lot worse than spend your money on 1 gram of gold, okay? So what I want you to think about is that all the other crap that you could spend $50 on, okay? And actually spending it on a gram of gold is a hell of a lot better way to use that money. And, if you put a proportion of your savings or earnings a month into 1 gram of gold, I don't think you can go wrong. Another benefit of buying 1 gram gold bar is that because it's relatively cheap, let's go back to our arbitrary is $50, that the chances are that you'll be able to keep it for a long time, which is what we want to do, because we want to build a portfolio up. You won't have to sell it if a bill comes in or some disaster happens, because it's only cost you $50, and therefore if you buy one a month, it might not stretch you and you can keep it. And then before you know it, you've got 12 grams, you've got a couple of ounces, okay? And that's just fine, rather than feeling you've got to go out and splash it all on a ½ ounce or 1 ounce coin or bar or something and stretch yourself. That's why it's in small denominations like this. Obviously, the manufacturers make a good hit on these because of the premium, like I explained. But it's allowing people, not everybody has got the funds to spend on a 1 ounce coin or bar, okay? And having it in small denominations like this allows people access to gold, and I think it's a good thing. Unfortunately, like I say, there is a price for that entry, and that's the premium. Now, if you obviously should be buying this to keep and not sell, you're not unless a gram of something incredible happens and gold goes to £500 a gram or something outrageous like that, then you're not going to be buying this stuff today to sell tomorrow or next week or next month. You should be buying this to store and preserve your wealth for years. I say 3 years, at least 3 years, if not 5 years. That's the view you've got to look at. And if it means buying it in 1 gram at a time means you can afford to keep it and keep it going, then so be it, do it. Another question I get asked is, should you take these out of the packet? Now, I understand that the packets do look a bit manky, they've got these protective wrappers and films on. Now, I personally would not take them out of here, okay? If you really have to, if you just have to get over it and finger the gold and feel it, because I get it, just take one out, get it over with, open the packet, look at it, put it on some scales, see that it weighs what it should weigh, measure it, do what you want to it, pass it around the family, get it out of your system. Once you've done it, you'll never need to take one out of the packet again. I personally think you should leave them in the packet, especially if it does come to selling them in the future. I think it's just going to be a bit easier for whoever's buying them to verify they are what they are, especially if we're selling them online. Now, if we're going into a dealer or something like that, obviously they'll have the means to be able to tell this is real. Obviously, we can use magnets and weigh it and all the rest of it. It's not rocket science to prove whether the gold is real or not. And as for buying gold that's not in a packet, if it's just loose like this, and you might find it will be a lot cheaper because it's been opened, quite significantly cheaper. I'd say even 10 to 15% over spot rather than 25 to 30, because of the exact reasons I mentioned. People are worried about it, they can't verify it. If you can pick it up in this form from a trusted buyer, then buy it. Save yourself the premium, But I would not recommend opening your 1 gram gold bars up and sticking them in some fancy little coin or pouch wallet thing because you feel you ought to. Just keep them in their packets like this, okay? So that's it, really. I wouldn't worry too much. If you're looking at buying a 1 gram gold bar and that's what you can afford, then buy it and don't look back. You could spend your money on a lot worse, and then, before you know it, you might be able to get a 2.5 gram bar, and then you can get a 5 gram gold bar when you're more confident or whatever, or you've got more funds, and just build up like that, okay? Now, I don't know if I've touched on the brands here. Obviously PAMP have this various scan technology which allows people to verify the fact that the bar is real, but at the end of the day, when you're buying this stuff, you can research. These are all very known, well-known brands. Now this, except for this here, I would say, which is it's not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just obviously not as well known as some of these refineries and mints. It's just it is what it is. This was cheaper than these other 1 gram bars when I bought it, and it's probably the reason is because of people thought, well, maybe it's a bit dodgy, but I know where it's from and what it is. I know it's completely fine. So if you can pick it up, stuff up like this for cheaper, and it's good, then do it. Don't worry about the brand. Don't be a snob. A gram of gold is a gram of gold. In the UK, I do like the Raw Mint 1 gram gold bars. I like the Pant 1 gram, I like the bed, I like them all. You know, I like the Herrera bars, you know. Valcambi, I haven't got one of those. There's loads. If you're buying them from a reputable bullion dealer, they're going to be fine. If you're buying on eBay, you need to make sure that the seller is clear, the dimensions, they've got a good reputation. Have they sold in their history other products, gold, silver related products with good feedback? Can you see the packaging? Can you see that the codes look legit? I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to do your due diligence. But 99% of the time, I've never had an issue. And all the scare stories about, oh, it's all fake, there's fake stuff on eBay. Of course there's fake stuff on eBay. There's fake everything, Rolexes, you know, you name it. You just got to use your common sense. Anyway, so hope you found this video useful. Any comments or questions, leave them on YouTube, and I will see you again soon.